afternoon, Master Tanaka. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Helena. I am Master El Morya Khan, and I am here to bring some words that will cause you to have an increasingly self-directed process of self-indoctrination. When you look within, you should observe that a process is unfolding within you. A process that you are even determining but are not realizing. How is this process taking place? Each one of you has your own self-concepts, and these self-concepts that you even say are your beliefs, are being used for you to make determinations in your lives. Your beliefs always guide your choices. But remember, when you come to accept that we are all energy, then energy is a simple form, energy, I might even say, is a non-form. Then, within each of you, you will also realize that this energy factor is being conditioned. But why is this conditioning taking place? This is an essential factor that I believe you have often overlooked, as you have not taken the time to realize its significance. It is all within each one of you. You can even say that it is because of all the records stored in your cellular memories that these records, which even speak to you, are your Akashic records. So, everything is within this electromagnetic field. But you see, because you don't have a real perception, let's say a real perception of what the electromagnetic field is, then you begin to imagine a form for this electromagnetic field. However, since we are discussing fields, what you will observe is that the field is a vibrational energy that you are constantly conducting. You have your way of thinking and feeling that does cause this vibrational field to, let's say, flow through. However, remember that energy is present in all spaces. Energy is present in all beings. So, in this vibrational field, which you often interpret as your own, you will begin to accept that this vibrational field is the field of all beings. That is why, when we act on one being, we are acting on all beings, because through this vibrational field, all of you are oriented, let's put it figuratively, in the same direction. The direction that is established here on the Earth plane is that which you are orienting to the electromagnetic field of the planet Earth, because you are all inserted in this electromagnetic field. However, remember that the Earth is in a process of self-discovery. So, this planet, that is, yes, you say here in a process of evolution, so it is going through a conscious transition of consciousness. This transition of consciousness is also being experienced by each one of you. So, when you have this information, and you know that the process of planet Earth is a process of expansion, then all of you also accept that your own process is also one of expansion. And within this acceptance, you begin to develop self-orientation, gaining a deeper understanding. Then this self-orientation that you allow yourself to accept will be recognized in possibilities. Because when you are on an incarnated plane, you do have various, let's say, multiple desires, in quotes, but what you will observe, many of these so-called desires are not yet in an adequate form. When you accept that these words that are being put here are valid for you, then within that acceptance, what you will observe is that this process of flowing becomes more straightforward and more uncomplicated. The process of examining your being, the self-interpretive process, also becomes increasingly guided. Then those desires will take on a more appropriate form and become conditioned to be your true desires. Then those desires that you have taken for yourself become your direction, and within that direction, you begin to order your choices. That is why the human process is always a process of expansion. The human process is always a journey of self-knowledge, where you aim to lead your being to a deeper understanding of who you are. God consciousness, as you say here within this work, is present in all beings. However, remember that God consciousness is a state of allowing. To begin recognizing this God consciousness, it is also necessary that you enter a state of permission. Even if this permission is still being conditioned through interpretation, remember that your electromagnetic field vibrates in response to your intention. So all of you who have this desire must remember that the intention must be always being observed so that it is always, let's put it this way, being allowed to be readjusted. so that this intention that you are, yes, always acting to keep it aligned with the state of allowing, I put it to you, leads you to a more and more adequate way of self-interpreting. With these words, I say goodbye. Thank you very much.